morning. For those of you that didn't know, I have been gone for about 5 days or so. On Friday, Scott and I had to make the hard decision that our oldest dog, Ryu, she was suffering more than she was able to live. I don't really want to talk too much about it because I'm just trying to keep myself together. She's suffering more than what she should have. We did everything we could for the past almost 3 years, I realized, trying to manage her pinched nerve in her neck, and it just has progressively gotten worse the past 6 months. So I spent the day with her and my sister, who saved her on the Cayman Islands. She was able to be, it was full circle, she was able to be the one that was put her down and said goodbye to her too. And so I've spent the last few days just trying to deal with grief. I am doing better than I did when Rosie died. With Ryu, I knew it was coming, and that is where I've been. I am doing better now, but the grief comes and goes. She was a very big part of my life. When I moved off to Minnesota all by myself, she was with me. She's been with me since Scott and I started dating and marriage, and she's gonna turn 14 this year. She's been with me through a lot of life changes, and I miss her. But now she's with her best friend Rosie, waiting for us across the Rainbow Bridge. I appreciate everybody's kind words when I put my community post out. Thank you. There's a good chance I won't respond to those, so I just want to say thank you now, just because it's still a little too raw to deal with all of that right now. But thank you so much for everybody's thoughts and prayers and kindness, and Scott said he appreciates it so very much too. This week is going to be a week getting back into my habits, getting back into eating carnivore, and moving forward. I miss her terribly, but I also realized something, and I kind of struggled with this, and Scott says it's okay. We've been dealing with her pain and honestly more health scares than I actually ever shared with you guys, because that's not why you watch me. And I feel a huge sense of relief that she's not suffering anymore, but also for my case that I didn't realize how big of a daily undercurrent the stress was for me. I mean, it was big. Constantly worrying about the other dogs hitting her, worrying about her because she became very food hangry. That's the best way I can explain it. Ever since she had to be put on her thyroid medicine, and she would whip up and hurt her neck and yip, and I just got to the point where I was afraid to pet her very much because I was afraid of hurting her, and all of that is gone now. And I feel kind of terrible feeling that relief, but I also feel the huge amount of relief that she's not suffering. There was nothing else Scott and I could do for her. I realized yesterday when we were going through her medicine to donate the medicine that we're not going to keep for the other dogs, we were giving her tons and tons of pain medicine just so she could make it through the day not in excruciating pain, and it just wasn't working anymore. But just the realization that for the past 2.5 years, honestly almost 3, it has been this daily constant stressor for me. I also think lately I've been getting sick a lot, and it's not blaming her, but I think just my level of stress and worry about her, because I would go downstairs to find her and I would check to see if she was breathing. Like, I would always have to look and see if she was breathing or not, because it was just constantly eating at me. I think that was a big impact on me getting sick lately, is just the stress and load on my system of worrying about it. Now there's no worry. She's healthy, happy, and chasing her best friend, Rosie, and she'll be there for every other dog that we have to let go. It has been a rough week, especially weekend with Ryu's passing, and I have not eaten the greatest. So I'm back on the wagon, and something that helps me more than anything if I've eaten any kind of off carnivore meal is doing some LMNT. I'm heating some water up right now. It's got sodium, magnesium, potassium, those kinds of things in it. It really helps when you're having carb withdrawals, the cramps, headache, fatigue, muscle aches, those kinds of things that happen from it. I have 1 to 2 packs every single day. I really enjoy it. Right now, LMNT's offering an 8-pack sample pack free with any purchase. You just need to go to drinklmnt.com/carnivorousme. That's DRINKLMNT.com/carnivorousme. Okay, so that is where I've been, and we're just gonna keep marching forward, get back to carnivore, coffee, workout, and yeah, plus the crazy hair that I'm currently experiencing this morning. Got some dog stuff done this morning, clipped their fingernails. I quicked Sadie, she was very upset about that. And then had 2 cups of coffee. I'm getting ready to go do a coaching call, and then I think walk the dogs after that. Doggies half dressed and ready to go for their W. Hey everybody. Some of you know, some of you don't know, and obviously you've watched to this point, you've seen last week, Scott and I had to make the very hard decision to put Ryu down. She was getting worse by the day, and yeah, I just needed time to grieve and cope, and I'm still struggling a little bit with it, but I can say I am doing better than when Rosie died. Ryu has been a part of my life for almost 12 years. She went off to college with me when I transferred colleges and moved to Minneapolis. I had no family, no friends, nobody there. She's been with me through many boyfriends, dating Scott, getting married. She's just been there through some of the hardest and roughest times of my life. So here I am, getting back on my feet, getting back center, and not beating myself up. Life happens, we have highs and lows, and it will always be that way. And we never fail. We are not failures. I don't care if you have stood up 101 times. You are not a failure if you've tripped that many times and stood back up. The getting back up, the resilience, the strength, the lessons that we learn in these moments, that's what matters. Someone that can be perfect and doesn't stumble, that doesn't exist. It just doesn't. Life is not that kind to us. And that's okay, because it is how we grow. It's how we get stronger. It's how we learn who we are. If you have struggled, if you've fallen and you've started and stopped and started, come start back with me. Come do it. Don't hesitate. Don't wait. Don't talk yourself out of it. Don't wait till Monday next week. Do it today. And something I always recommend, making a mess, I do recommend reading this book, Tiny Habits. It has changed my life. If I hadn't grown the way I have through this journey, had this book, I think I still would be laying in bed, eating bad, trying to eat the pain away. But I'm not. I may not be as chipper as my normal self the next few weeks, but I hope you'll forgive me and understand. Out of pain, we get growth. I don't want to burst into tears of doing this, but I wanted to give you guys an update. I'm going to take the next 2 days off, and I will be back on Sunday with our live, and then back to my normal daily schedule from there. I just wanted to take a little bit more time to kind of get moving and get kind of marching forward back, because I have to go through the whole carb withdrawals and things like that. And I want to share that with you guys next week. I appreciate every one of you. I appreciate all of you that left kind, loving, heartfelt comments for myself and Scott over Ryu. I truly, truly appreciate it. And for those of you that have lost animals, dog, cat, fish, whatever you loved, thank you. And I will talk to you guys on Sunday.